All right, so today we're diving into the world of Imam Ali alayhi salam. But with a bit of a twist.
Okay.
We're going beyond the typical historical accounts and exploring the mysterious side of his life.
Right.
As detailed in this book, Muntaha l-amal.
Very interesting.
We're talking about hidden dimensions, prophetic visions, and the kind of stuff that makes you go, hold on, what?
I know, right? It really pushes the boundaries of what we typically think about when we think about, historical figures.
Exactly.
And especially someone like Imam Ali alayhi salam.
And that's why you're here.
Well, I'll try my best.
You've got the knowledge, the context to help us navigate these extraordinary tales.
I'm happy to share what I know.
So where do we even begin with a figure like Imam Ali alayhi salam?
Well, the book starts with something truly remarkable. His birth.
Okay.
Inside the Kaaba.
Wait, inside the Kaaba, you're telling me he was born in the holiest site in Islam?
That's what Muntaha al-amal says. It recounts how his mother, Fatima, entered the Kaaba.
Okay.
And she disappeared.
Disappeared 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
When she emerged, she was carrying the infant, Ali alayhi salam.
Wow.
And she shared this this divine message about his destiny, one that was tied to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Right.
And his future as a leader.
Okay, let me get this straight.
Sure.
He's born inside the Kaaba. His mother disappears for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then emerges with the baby and a divine message about his future leadership.
It's a pretty amazing story.
It's more than amazing. I don't even know the words.
I think, being born in the Kaaba.
Right.
The symbolic heart of Islam.
Yeah.
It's almost like a physical manifestation of his spiritual significance.
You're right. It's like a sign from the very beginning.
Exactly.
This is someone special.
It suggests a profound connection to the divine.
Right, like a chosen one narrative woven into the very fabric of his existence.
Okay, so we've got the miraculous birth. But Muntaha al-amal doesn't stop there, right?
No, not at all.
It goes on to highlight Imam Ali's alayhi salam unparalleled knowledge.
Yes, his knowledge was vast and deep and rooted in Islamic teachings and spirituality.
And where did this knowledge come from?
Well, a lot of it stemmed from his close relationship with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Of course, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
A relationship so close that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam famously said, "I am the city of knowledge, and Ali is its gate."
Wow, so Imam Ali alayhi salam was like the key to unlocking the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam teachings?
Precisely.
He was the conduit.
Yes.
To understanding the intricacies of Islam.
Even today, scholars across different schools of thought turn to his teachings for guidance.
Makes sense.
There's a story in Muntaha al-amal that illustrates this beautifully. Involves a scholar, Ibn al-Jawzi. Okay. He was known for his vast knowledge.
All right. I'm always up for a good scholarly showdown.
Well, Ibn al-Jawzi was feeling pretty confident.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too confident.
I've been there.
He publicly challenged anyone to question him.
Oh, wow.
Boasting that he knew the answer to anything.
Talk about setting yourself up.
Right. Well, a woman steps up and asks him this complex theological question related to Imam Ali alayhi salam. Ibn al-Jawzi was stumped.
No.
Couldn't answer.
Wow.
And this incident, even though it involved a Sunni scholar, became a testament to Imam Ali's alayhi salam profound wisdom.
So even his rivals acknowledged his knowledge.
It seems that way.
That's pretty impressive.
It is.
But Imam Ali alayhi salam wasn't just a scholar.
No, not at all.
Muntaha al-amal paints him as this incredibly strong, almost superhuman figure.
Absolutely.
We're talking about legendary strength and bravery, especially in battle.
It recounts his incredible feats, like killing the formidable warrior Amr bin Abd Wud.
Oh, right, in the Battle of Khandaq.
Yes, a pivotal battle.
Where the Muslims were outnumbered.
And Imam Ali alayhi salam's courage turned the tide.
And wasn't there also that story about him ripping a massive gate off its hinges at the Battle of Khaybar?
Yes, at the Battle of Khaybar.
I mean, that's the stuff of superhero movies.
It's said that 40 men later tried to move that gate, and they couldn't even budge it.
See? Superhuman strength.
But these stories, they're not just about brute force.
Right.
They highlight the Islamic values of courage, selflessness, and defending the faith.
And Imam Ali alayhi salam embodied those qualities.
Absolutely.
Speaking of extraordinary feats, You mentioned something about Imam Ali alayhi salam bending an iron handle.
Right. Muntaha al-amal describes how he bent this iron handle.
An iron handle?
Mm-hmm.
Like metal?
Yeah, and used it as a collar for Khalid bin Walid.
Okay, you're telling me he just casually reshaped metal like it was clay?
It's a pretty incredible story.
It's a beyond incredible.
It symbolizes his unwavering will.
Right.
His dominance.
Uh-huh.
Some would even say a touch of the supernatural.
It's like the physical world itself yielded to his power.
It's a powerful image.
Which, I guess, brings us to the whole predicting the future aspect.
Yeah.
Is that where the mysterious side of Imam Ali alayhi salam really starts to take center stage?
It certainly adds a layer of intrigue.
So tell me, what kind of predictions are we talking about?
Well, Muntaha al-amal details several instances where he accurately predicted future events.
Like what?
For example, he repeatedly warned about his own assassination.
Oh, wow.
The poisoning of his son, Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and even the martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam at Karbala.
He predicted all of that.
Years before they happened.
And these weren't just vague predictions, right?
No, not at all.
He gave specifics.
Absolutely.
Wow.
He even foretold the reigns of various rulers and dynasties, outlining key events that would unfold centuries later.
So how do we explain this? Was he psychic? A time traveler?
Well, the book delves into the concept of prophecy in Islam.
Right.
Framing these predictions as a form of divine insight.
Okay.
Or knowledge granted to certain individuals.
So a special kind of knowledge?
Exactly.
Given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
It speaks to Imam Ali's alayhi salam spiritual depth, his connection to the unseen.
That's pretty heavy stuff.
It is.
But if he could see the future, including his own demise, how did he cope with that knowledge?
That's a good question. And Muntaha al-amal emphasizes his acceptance of fate.
His faith?
Yes, his unwavering faith and his commitment to fulfilling his duty.
Even in the face of inevitable tragedy.
It's a powerful testament to his character.
Absolutely.
And, tragically, his predictions did come true.
Right. Muntaha al-amal goes into detail about his assassination.
A very poignant detail considering his life of devotion.
Happened during prayer, right?
Yes, during prayer.
And the book describes how Ibn Muljim, driven by personal vendetta, meticulously planned and carried out the attack.
It does.
I remember reading about a wound
inflicted
on the same spot he was injured in a previous battle.
Muntaha al-amal highlights this connection, emphasizing his lifelong struggle and sacrifice.
It's almost like his life and death were tragically intertwined.
In a way, they were.
The book also describes his acceptance of his fate and his final instructions to his family, demonstrating incredible serenity, even in the face of death.
He was a remarkable individual.
Wow. That's a powerful image of a man at peace with his destiny.
It is.
But wait, the story doesn't end there, does it?
There's more.
Muntaha al-amal mentions some bizarre incidents surrounding his funeral.
Right.
Like what happened?
Well, it describes a structure bending as his funeral procession passed by.
A bending structure?
Almost as if bowing in reverence.
Hold on, what kind of structure? Was it a building? A tree?
The details are a bit vague, but it describes a physical structure seemingly acknowledging his passing.
Okay, now that's stepping into the realm of the miraculous.
It's a powerful image.
It's like the world itself was mourning his loss.
It does seem that way.
These stories, while incredible, they add another dimension to his character.
I do.
But I have to ask,
Sure.
Is there more to these accounts than just the supernatural?
That's a great question, and it's something we can explore further.
Well, I, for one, am hooked.
Me too.
We've barely scratched the surface of Muntaha Allah.
I know, right?
This deep dive is proving to be more intriguing than I could have imagined.
It's just the beginning. Imam Ali alayhi salam's life is filled with tales that blur the lines between history and mystery.
And we're going to delve even deeper into those uncharted territories.
Absolutely. It's interesting, isn't it, as we go through these extraordinary tales from Muntaha al-amal, it's easy to get caught up in the miraculous and mysterious aspects of Imam Ali's alayhi salam life.
Yeah, for sure.
But is there more to Imam Ali alayhi salam than just these, these superhuman feats and prophetic visions?
And that's what we've been talking about, right?
We have, but amidst all of that, amidst the extraordinary, Muntaha al-amal also offers these glimpses into his humanity.
Right.
We see his struggles, his sorrows, even moments where where his contemporaries questioned his approach.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
People criticized Imam Ali, alayhi salam.
Believe it or not, they did.
What for? I mean, what could they possibly criticize?
Well, some criticized him for being too cheerful.
Too cheerful.
Yeah, too lighthearted, especially for someone in a position of leadership.
How is that a bad thing?
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, cheerfulness, in general.
Right.
It's a positive trait.
Of course.
But some felt it wasn't befitting of a leader.
Oh, I see.
Especially during those turbulent times.
So they wanted him to be very...
Perhaps, yeah.
Muntaha al-amal even quotes
Does.
Amr bin al-As, describing Imam Ali alayhi salam as very vivacious. It's like they saw his ability to find joy amidst difficult circumstances as a weakness.
That's a really interesting interpretation.
Yeah.
And it highlights the complexities of his character.
Yeah.
He was a warrior, a scholar, a leader, but also a man capable of laughter and compassion.
So like a real person.
Exactly. It humanizes him.
Makes him more relatable,
It does.
It reminds us that even the most revered figures experience a full spectrum of emotions.
And it challenges our assumptions
About
what leadership should look like.
Okay, that's a good point.
And there's another anecdote in Muntaha al-Amal that speaks to this.
Okay, I'm listening.
It involves a conversation between Muawiyah and Qais bin Sa'ad.
What do they talk about?
Muawiyah brings up Imam Ali's alayhi salam laughter and his mild temperament. Almost
as if he's trying to undermine his authority.
It does seem that way.
Well, that sounds like Muawiyah.
Right.
Always looking for an angle.
But what's interesting is Qais's response.
What does he say?
He calls Muawiyah out on it.
Oh, really?
He points out that while Imam Ali alayhi salam was known for his cheerful nature, he also commanded immense respect and awe
because of
his piety. He contrasts that with the fear that Muawiyah inspired his more ruthless tactics.
So Qais is basically saying that true leadership isn't about instilling fear, but earning respect.
Exactly.
Through righteousness.
And it reinforces this key theme.
Which is?
That runs throughout Muntaha al-Amal.
Okay.
The idea that Imam Ali alayhi salam, despite his extraordinary qualities, remained deeply connected to the human experience.
It's a powerful reminder that even those who seem larger than life face challenges, navigate complexities, and ultimately share our human vulnerabilities.
Absolutely.
And maybe it's in those moments of vulnerability, those glimpses of humanity, that we find the most profound lessons.
I think you're right.
Speaking of profound lessons,
sure.
Let's circle back to Imam Ali's alayhi salam predictions.
Okay.
His foresight, especially regarding the events at Karbala, is just chillin'.
It is a very powerful part of the narrative.
Muntaha al-Amal states that Imam Ali alayhi salam not only foretold the martyrdom of his son, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, but he even pinpointed the exact location
He did.
where it would occur.
It's a very specific prediction.
Years before it actually happened.
And remember, this wasn't just about an individual tragedy.
Right.
His predictions often highlighted the cyclical nature of history, the rise and fall of dynasties, the consequences of oppression.
So he wasn't just seeing what was coming.
Right.
But also understanding the forces
exactly
to shape history.
There's a warning embedded in these predictions.
What warning?
Yeah, like a call to learn from the past and avoid repeating mistakes.
It's a reminder that history isn't static.
Yeah.
It's a living force that shapes our present and our future.
And Muntaha al-Amal connects Imam Ali alayhi salam to this larger historical narrative, portraying him as a figure who stood at the crossroads of destiny.
Able to perceive the patterns that often elude us.
It's a powerful image.
It is. But did all of his predictions actually come true?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's one that scholars have debated for centuries.
I can imagine.
Muntaha al-Amal focuses on the predictions that did come to pass, but it acknowledges that there are different interpretations and levels of authenticity.
Right. So there's room for interpretation, for critical analysis.
Exactly.
It's not just about blindly accepting every story as absolute fact.
And that ambiguity, that space for interpretation, is part of what makes this topic so fascinating. It invites us to delve deeper, to question,
Right.
to ponder the mysteries that lie beneath the surface.
Beyond the prophecies and the battles, I'm particularly drawn to the stories about Imam Ali alayhi salam's connection to the natural world.
Yes, those are very interesting.
Muntaha al-amal recounts these instances where he interacts with animals in extraordinary ways.
Like, for instance, the account of his conversation with a python.
A python. Okay, now that's a story I have to hear.
So picture this.
Okay.
Imam Ali alayhi salam is giving a sermon in the mosque when a python slithers in.
Oh, wow.
And approaches the pulpit.
I can only imagine the reaction of the people present.
Right.
Were they scared? Amazed?
Well, the book explains that this python wasn't an ordinary creature.
Okay, so not just any python.
It was a jinn.
A jinn.
A supernatural being who had come to seek Imam Ali's alayhi salam wisdom.
Hold on, a jinn in the form of a python. Okay, now we're venturing deep into the mystical realm.
It's a story that points to Imam Ali's alayhi salam's spiritual authority.
His ability to connect with beings from other realms?
Exactly.
It's like he's a bridge between the human and the supernatural world.
And this connection extends to other animals as well.
Like?
Muntaha al-amal mentions birds saluting him, a wolf seeking his guidance.
Wow.
Even fishes in the Euphrates River acknowledging him as the commander of the faithful.
It's like the entire natural world recognized his spiritual stature.
It raises these fascinating questions about the relationship between humans and nature.
You mean like?
Is it possible for there to be communication, understanding, even respect across species?
These stories definitely challenge our modern worldview.
They do.
And make us reconsider the possibilities.
But what's especially intriguing is that they portray Imam Ali alayhi salam as someone who transcended boundaries.
Right.
Connecting with the divine, the unseen.
And even the animal kingdom.
It suggests a level of harmony and interconnectedness.
That's both inspiring and thought-provoking.
Absolutely.
These tales from Muntaha al-amal, while often told in a symbolic language, offer a glimpse into a worldview where the boundaries between the physical and the metaphysical, the human and the natural, are more fluid.
It's a worldview that challenges us to expand our understanding of reality.
And to consider the deeper connections that weave through all of existence.
I love how these seemingly fantastical stories
Me too.
prompt us to think about such profound concepts.
It's like unlocking hidden dimensions
Within ourselves.
as we explore the hidden dimensions of Imam Ali's alayhi salam life.
And that's the beauty of these deep dives, isn't it? They're not just about acquiring information. They're about expanding our consciousness and connecting with something larger than ourselves.
It's been quite a journey, wouldn't you say?
It really has.
I mean, going through Muntaha al-amal like this, uncovering these hidden dimensions of Imam Ali's alayhi salam life.
It's been fascinating.
From that miraculous birth inside the Kaaba to his incredible knowledge,
his strength,
his prophetic visions. It's awe-inspiring.
It really is. And we've also explored, his human side.
Right. His capacity for joy.
His compassion.
That connection to the natural world.
And that ability to bridge the gap between the seen and the unseen.
It's amazing how Muntaha al-amal brings it all together.
It does.
History, spirituality, mystery.
All woven together to create this multifaceted portrait
of this remarkable figure.
Exactly.
But before we wrap things up, there's one more thing I want to touch on.
Okay.
Those astonishing incidents surrounding Imam Ali's alayhi salam funeral.
Ah, yes. Muntaha al-amal describes those.
It's like even in death, the world acknowledged his stature.
It describes the structure bending as his funeral procession passed by.
Bending, like bowing.
As if in reverence.
Wow, that's a powerful image.
It is.
It speaks volumes about the respect he commanded.
Even in the afterlife?
Like the physical world itself was paying tribute.
And then there's that story about the gazelles.
Right, seeking refuge at his tomb.
Reinforcing this idea of him as a source of protection.
Of sanctuary.
Even in death.
These accounts, as extraordinary as they are, they fit so well with the overall narrative of his life.
They do.
They add another layer of wonder and mystery.
To an already enigmatic persona.
Exactly.
And they highlight the enduring impact of his life.
Of his teachings.
The way his presence continues to resonate.
Across centuries.
Absolutely.
So as we come to the end of this deep dive,
yeah,
what's the takeaway? What can we learn from all of this?
I think Muntaha al-amal wants us to see Imam Ali alayhi salam as more than just a historical figure.
Okay.
It presents him as this symbol of spiritual depth,
Of unwavering faith.
of profound wisdom.
A symbol whose life continues to inspire
Enigmatic.
centuries later.
It's a story that holds up a mirror to our own lives,
In a way, yeah.
encouraging us to strive for excellence,
To cultivate inner strength.
through passion,
And to seek a deeper connection.
with the divine.
It also challenges us to look beyond the surface.
To think about those deeper meanings
The messages.
embedded within these accounts,
To recognize that reality is multifaceted.
and that there are layers of understanding waiting to be uncovered.
To embrace the mystery and wonder that life offers.
To approach our own journeys with curiosity and open-mindedness.
Always remembering that there's more to discover.
More to learn.
More to ponder.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of these deep dives.
They take us on these intellectual and spiritual adventures.
Leaving us with more questions than answers.
But also with a profound sense of awe and inspiration. Well, I think that about wraps up our exploration.
Of the enigmatic life of Imam Ali alayhi salam.
As detailed in Muntaha al-amal.
It's been a pleasure sharing this journey with you.
And with you, our listeners.
If you're interested in learning more,
We encourage you to explore Muntaha al-amal.
and other sources,
That shed light on this remarkable figure.
remember, the journey of discovery never truly ends.
Keep exploring, keep questioning.
And keep seeking those hidden dimensions.
That lie within and around us.
O God, as for the followers of the messengers and those of the people of the earth who attested to them unseen, while the obstinate resisted them through crying lies, they yearned for the emissaries through the realities of faith, in every era and time, in which you did send a messenger, and set up for the people a director from the period of Adam down to Muhammad, God bless him and his household, from among the imams of guidance, and the leaders of the God-fearing. Upon them all be peace. Remember them with forgiveness and good pleasure. O God, and as for the companions of Muhammad specifically, those who did well in companionship, who stood the good test in helping him, responded to him when he made them hear his message's argument, separated from mates and children in manifesting his word, fought against fathers and sons in strengthening his prophecy, and through him gained victory. Those who were wrapped in affection for him, hoping for a commerce that comes not to naught in love for him. Those who were left by their clans when they clung to his handhold, and denied by their kinsfolk when they rested in the shadow of his kinship. Forget not, O God, what they abandoned for you and in you, and make them pleased with your good pleasure for the sake of the creatures they drove to you, while they were with your messenger, summoners to you for you. Show gratitude to them for leaving the abodes of their people for your sake, and going out from a plentiful livelihood to a narrow one, and show gratitude to those of them who became objects of wrongdoing, and whom you multiplied in exalting your religion. O God,